Hello, 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 my beautiful warriors, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to talk about the surgeries that I've had and um, central lines. There are so many different types. I got my first surgery when I was 9 years old. I remember being in the hospital and I was running a fever, once again going through the most excruciating pain, which I was pretty used to at that point, which is horrible to say. You never think that you could get used to such horrendous pain, but at that point, I just knew that it was a part of my life. And they gave me a ultrasound and found sludge in my gallbladder. And it was the beginning stages of gallstones. So I got that taken out when I was 9. At that point, they had the surgical tools to do just the tiny slits, 4 tiny slits, one under my belly button, and then 3 other ones going over. And 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 here goes my son. Go finish eating, big boy. And these are just the 4 little incisions. They take in little lasers, and basically ground it up and sucked it out. That was my first one when I was 9. And then when I don't want the hat, big boy, but you sure to look cute in it. Yeah, cutie pie. My second surgery was when I was 11 years old, and I was 10 years old, and I got a central line called a portacath. A portacath is a semi-permanent line that is usually put in your arm or your chest. It's a plastic or a metal circular disc that is connected to a vein with a catheter. My first one was right here. That was the first big scar I had. When it keloided, I was so insecure. I was just always wondering, why me? Like, why is my skin doing this to me? I don't like this at all. I'm too light skinned for this. And then when I was 12, I used to be able to move it around all the time. It was super easy to access. I had horrible veins. That was the reason why they put the portacath in. Before they made the decision to put it in, they had tried 22 times to get an IV on me. And I remember that very clearly. 22 times they tried over and over and over to try to find a vein in my arms, in my legs, in my chest, everywhere, and they could not find one. So they had the conversation with my mom to put a portacath in. That made it so much easier for almost about 2 years. When I was 12, it had to be taken out because it got infected. It got a yeast infection, and that, of course, just intensified the whatever health issues I was having at the time. And because it was the yeast, they left it open, and so it was basically, you could see the tissue that was inside of me. And I had to pack it with strips of gauze twice a day. I had a home health nurse to come in until it just naturally closed by itself. And that was my first 3 surgeries. I got another port when I was 14 or 15. That one lasted a year. That was again put on this side. That was this one. And then right under it is the where they took it out. Again, it got infected with yeast. And then when I was 17, it just got so bad. They were having to use ultrasound machines. They still have to use ultrasound machines when it comes to me getting any type of intravenous line. Because my veins are spider veins. I have no shallow ones. The ones that are shallow, they're just going to either run or they're going to blow. and basically that means that they're unusable. And so I got my third one, but that time they put it on this side. Now, if you notice, there's just one scar on this side. That's because it lasted for 1 day. After they put it in, they drew blood the next day, and it was already growing yeast. So unfortunately, my body rejects portagas. Now I've had so many other types of central lines. There's the uh, internal jugular one, which is basically in your neck. I had to get one in my neck when I gave birth to my daughter. That was why you can see the keloid right there. I was induced with my daughter, and it took so many tries for them to keep of IV. They just finally just put it in my neck, and they're just like, that's just what we're gonna have to do. We can't induce you if we can't keep an IV in you. So that's, I got one in my neck with my daughter, and I've had them in my femoral artery, which is right there. I've had them in my feet. I have had them on in my shoulders. They've tried on my breast. I just have horrible veins, y'all. Horrible, horrible, horrible veins. So they basically, anytime I go to the hospital, there is some type of central line instead of just a regular IV put in, because my veins just don't agree with the normal methods. So most people can just put a tourniquet on, and they're good after that, but not me, not my body. It pretty much fights against me. But, I do what you gotta do. You gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. Luckily, my health isn't as bad as it used to be, so I'm not having to deal with the hospitals as much as I used to. But it's a part of a sickler's life. It's just something that I have to deal with, and that I teach my kids how to deal with when they see their mom all hooked up to different types of things. But that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like, subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Sending so much love and light your way. Thank you.